journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Patience is a tree whose roots are bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. A wise man makes his own decisions, an ignorant man follows public opinion. He who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. He who does not ask remains a fool forever. A book is like a garden carried in the pocket. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Do not fear going forward slowly, fear only to stand still. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help others. A diamond with a flaw is worth more than a pebble without imperfections. The palest ink is better than the best memory. If you don't want anyone to know, don't do it. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. Opportunity knocks at the door only once. Be not afraid of growing slowly, be afraid only of standing still. The best fighter is never angry. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. The person who seeks revenge digs 2 graves. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls, others build windmills. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. A closed mind is like a closed book, just a block of wood. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. To understand your parents' love, you must raise children yourself. A single conversation with a wise man is worth a month's study of books. The greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. A kind word can warm 3 winter months. When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but it is the consistent steps that lead to success. The greatest conqueror is the one who conquers himself. A gem is not polished without rubbing, nor a person perfected without trials. He who does not economize will have to agonize. The person who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. A wise man learns from his mistakes, but a wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When the character of a man is not clear to you, look at his friends. If you want to know the taste of a pear, you must change the pear by eating it yourself. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. When the heart is at ease, the body is healthy. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. A wise man makes his own decisions, an ignorant man follows public opinion. Do not remove a fly from your friend's forehead with a hatchet. The moon does not fight. It attacks no one. It does not worry. It does not try to crush others. It keeps to its course, but by its very nature, it gently influences. What other body could pull an entire ocean from shore to shore? The moon is faithful to its nature, and its power is never diminished. To forget one's ancestor is to be a brook without a source, a tree without a root. A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but only if you actually take that step. The deeper the sorrow, the greater the capacity for joy. The person who knows others is wise. The person who knows himself is enlightened. A fall into a ditch makes you wiser. If you want to know your past, look into your present conditions. If you want to know your future, look into your present actions. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Even a hare will bite when it is cornered. Don't worry about the things you can't change. Instead, change the things you can. A true hero is not the one who conquers 1,000 men in battle, but the one who conquers himself. One generation plants the trees, another gets the shade. When anger rises, think of the consequences. A clear conscience is a soft pillow. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The one who knows does not speak. The one who speaks does not know. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. A small spark can start a great fire. A calm sea does not make a skilled sailor. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. The journey is the reward. A great fortune is a great slavery. If you want to know the taste of a soup, you must first stir the pot. The best way to get rid of your enemies is to make them your friends. A flower cannot blossom without sunshine, and a man cannot live without love. The glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time you fall. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. A wise man knows that he knows nothing. A truly strong person does not need the approval of others any more than a lion needs the approval of sheep. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. The best revenge is massive success. A tree that bends in the wind is stronger than the one that stands still. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. The more you know, the less you need. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others, a fool from his own. A man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. A single conversation across the table with a wise person is worth a month's study of books. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help others. The person who seeks revenge digs two graves, one for their enemy and one for themselves. When the wind of change blows, some build walls, others build windmills.